Third rep, Ryan showed up a minute and a half, something like that, before the end of the segment. How to train for a marathon. I'm reporting on my preparation to the 2022 Paris Marathon. Spoiler alert, I'm working with a fantastic coach, Steve Palladino. This video contains chapters, so you can jump to any part you're more interested in. Hi, we are Tuesday and it's an easy 8K run that I am taking indeed really easy to recover from last Sunday 30 kilometers, which was a solid run. What to do if the execution of our workout doesn't seem to match the specification? The question becomes, can we produce an analysis to put our subjective perception in perspective and make sense of the whole story in order to be able to take the right decision for the next step? This video is a great example of consolidating our subjective perception with data, so stick around for the analysis of the workout. This week we are transitioning towards higher mileage for me, which is 50 miles or 80 kilometers. Thursday workout will be a Supra-Threshold of 5 times 5 minutes. The previous Supra-Threshold was 2 weeks ago. It's video 15, you can check it out here. And the long run will be 32.5 kilometers this week, with 45 minutes of marathon power tempo. The previous long run last week was 30 kilometers, it's video 18 by the way. And you may wonder, why 32.5 kilometers? Well, the longest long run I've run so far is 35 kilometers, which is what I can run within 3 hours. And there is just one long run after that one. So 32.5 is simply the middle mark between 30 and 35. Both Thursday's workout and the long run are preceded by an easy run of 8 kilometers and a fartlek with 4 times 1 minute at CP as usual. And one of my specific goals is also to make sure I get some soreness in my right ankles to go away. So let's enjoy this nice weather. 8K down easy run, definitely super slow to recover from that solid 30K on Sunday. Hi there, we are Wednesday and it's Fartlek day. So today I will check that my ankle is doing fine, and when I say my ankle, it's really along the bone inside the leg. So I did massage it yesterday and the day before, light stretch, and today I'm using those compression sleeves. So starting the run it feels good because I can't feel anything. So hopefully it's gonna stay like this. Okay, for time, 1 minute at CP Fartlek. It went well in relation to the ankle. It actually almost felt better than the easy run. So there might be the first part of this run. So there might be a question of warming up and things like that. But it's getting better, notably compared to yesterday. The compression sleep might help I just keep it. I have no reason to remove it, notably for tomorrow's workout. And I keep the same strategy, right? When you have an eagle, it was advised that just treat it as a plain injury, you know, do whatever you can. So I think the massage, it's very specific. With the thumb, I can just focus on this area that I wouldn't reach at all with a regular foam roller. So I'll keep doing that. I'll see you tomorrow for the workout, and hopefully everything goes super well. See you tomorrow. Let's state it up front. My kids are doing great. My sleep is pretty bad. It's a Supra-Threshold day. 5 times, 5 minutes, between 102 and 105% of CP. Let's see. Here we go. First rep, 5 minutes. Go around. 3:52. That's the center of the interval. First rep. It's a bit suffocating, but just slightly unfavorable condition, I believe. And we can check that using the Super-Power calculator. Right there. Second rep. Let's go. That was the second one. Man, I had quite a poor night with the kids. It might not be the only thing, I don't know. I don't know, but that doesn't help. But in any cases, I'm sweating here, so hopefully that's useful for the training. All right, a bit more rest, and the third one. Third rep. Third rep. Ryan showed up a minute and a half, something like that, before the end of the segment. It won't go away. Just right now, I'm just hoping there won't be any thunder. Around here, you kind of fall anywhere in a very, very wide area. It's quite dangerous, so, but it doesn't really look like it, so I think I'm good here. 1:45, more rest, and I'll go for the fourth one. That's the fourth. All right, we're getting there. So that was fourth rep under the rain. I'd say moderate rain. So I did what I can with 2 days peps that I have. Fifth rep, let's go. Let's finish this. All right, fifth rep. Oftentimes I hear myself saying power was just there. It went fine. Not today. I tried, was pushing. It was definitely a hard workout, but the power, at least what I saw on the watch, had nothing to do with the actual initial target. So now I got the rain. I lose a bit of adherence with my shoes. The endorphin speed, which oftentimes is fine, but it's really not that good, notably compared to the ASICS Metaspeed Sky, where the adherence is just about perfect. Now the second thing is that the sleep and the 2 nights before were not that great, so that's a bummer for recovery, but that was the context and a known factor in the first place, so I'm just dealing with this. And yeah, the third one is the mindset. When you feel a bit tired, you make the first rep, you say, okay, there are 4 more like this behind. It's still, when it starts to be kind of a bit out of reach, there is a mental thing, that there is a mental game that you play. So I think I'm glad I made the 5 reps, pretty close to whatever I could do today. Let's look at the data. So starting from a nominal critical power of 340, and given the weather conditions, there is an adjustment of 98.72%, which I rounded to 1% for the sake of simplicity. Now we are working with a number and analyzing number, but that doesn't mean we are slaves to those numbers, and there is still an adjustment based on perceived exhaustion. So given my poor sleep those last few days, I initially gave me 1 additional % of adjustment of CP, hence the 98% of adjustment of CP, leading to 333 watts. The target is 102 to 105% of CP, which correspond to 340 to 350 watts. Now, manually looking at the average power for each of the 5 repetitions, we can see that I fall within the target interval, so that's great. And that was really not that obvious to me during the workout and based on a sporadic look at the data displayed by the watch. For note, there is always a lag between the structure workout, the acceleration ramping up of power and pace during the interval, and what is displayed by the watch. So when we consider interval that are not too long, that can make a difference of a few watts. I also admittedly go down the rabbit hole for the sake of the demonstration of power-driven workout analysis. And I actually find it quite satisfying that we can really make sense of the different aspects or different components of the workout. Now, further than this first review, the one thing that stands out here is the poor air power, about which I am admittedly kind of disappointed, because I run with the Speed 2, which didn't give me any trouble up to now, but what I have is less than 1% of air power. Why it's not clear? Probably a setup, maybe the way I tied the lace on the shoe. I have some sort of fussy theory on that, so until I confirm that, I won't go in more detail, but what we are seeing here is that I'm missing a bunch of watts. So at least 1% for sure, probably between 1 and 2%, because the conditions were not that great. I had rain to moderate rain, and we can approximate 1% to 3 watts. And so I'm missing anywhere from 4 to 7 watts, which means that I was involving right within the target interval. And the pace confirmed that. I'm running from 4 minute 02 to 4 minute 05 per miles, which is a nice pace for me. So what does it tell us at the end is that I am keeping up with the training. I was able to execute the workout at the intensity specified. There was a lot of subjectivity involved with the lack of sleep and how I perceive things. But at the end of the day, the work is done. I'm also quite satisfied with how I approached the day, even though I was feeling not that great. I decided to make sure I would complete the interval and not interrupt an interval, and simply do what I can, and then analyze what I did, and we would see if I keep up with the training or not, and Coach Palladino would adjust based on that. And that's already pretty good. I'm gonna run an additional 5K probably. That's right, to reach those 10 miles, 16 kilometers, and that's gonna make a pretty memorable session. All right, I'll see you in the next one.